Now guys, so we're just gonna add a little bit more details to it. Alright, so we have our overhook and then we have our chin strap, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so a few questions came up, right? One, the answer is really, so a lot of you will make a real C grip and cup it like this. You cup it like on the chin, like an actual, like a helmet chin strap or something. So whenever you make a really big cup, it becomes very narrow, and then you're gonna have little gaps in here, and those little gaps make your hand really weak, and the structure's not, if the structure's not sound, when you jam it into their throat, it's not gonna be strong, it's gonna collapse. Okay, so it's really key that you have to mold your hand to whatever shape your partner's jaw is. Okay, so you want to have as little gaps as possible in your grip. Okay, so whatever size your partner's jaw is that is how you want to mold it to. Okay, and the other thing, some people ask me, so how do I want to like leverage, use more leverage? Okay, and what am I doing with my partner's neck? Okay, so essentially my goal is to like kind of tuck his chin into her chest. Okay, so I am leaning back slightly and using a bit of leverage to compress her neck downwards. And then what my hand is doing is scooping up into her neck. So while her neck is down, the guillotine comes up, right? Like an actual real life guillotine, it slices up and down, right? So when her neck's down like this, I can slice up with my scoop, and then that will choke her off. Right, so now we're going to add the guard pull to this movement. Okay, so the guard pull for this one is just going to look like if you guys sit cross-legged but don't actually cross your legs. Okay, so one shin's going to go across the body, and then the other calf is going to go over her back. Alright, so I'll just show you the guard pull quickly without finishing it. When I go for the guard pull, guys, I sit in, so this shin goes across the body, right? And then my other calf goes over the top of her hip, okay, to prevent her from getting out of this, or like bridging up and stuff. Okay guys, so that's what the guard pull looks like. If you move out of it, you see how it's kind of sitting like cross-legged without actually crossing your legs. Okay, one shin across the stomach, the other calf goes over the top of the hips. So guys, now I get my grip. Right, I cover my fingers, and this is the key reason why it's so important for me to cover her shoulder blades with my chest. Okay, so if you pull guard from here without covering it, what's going to happen when you sit down, right? You lose like so much space, right? And then her head's just going to pop out. Right? This is where most people lose the guillotine, right? But if I cover her shoulder blades here, I get as tight as possible, and then I pull guard. I see where I end up. It's really tight already. Okay guys, so now we're going to add the guard pull to this. Right, it's very key that when I pull guard, okay, that my partner's going to base with her left hand here. Okay, if she doesn't base with this, I'm going to slam her onto her head. Okay, and it's going to be very unpleasant for her. Right, so your partner, make sure you base with this hand. Okay, and don't slam yourself on the head. So I get my good grip, mold my hand to under her chin, her jaw. I cover in between her shoulder blades, and then I'm going to pull guard, one shin across the belly, the other over her hip. Right? And now I just apply all those finishing principles I spoke about earlier, and get a tap. Alright guys, it doesn't take much if you do all the steps, if you add all the steps in. Alright guys, anyone want to see that again? Yeah, understand? Okay, so Tucker has the underhook. I'm gonna have my overhook. I get my, mold my hand under her jaw, cover my pinkies, cover over her shoulder blades, okay, middle of her shoulder blades. I'm gonna pull guard, one shin across the belly, other one over the top. So I'm gonna fold her head in while I scoop my hands, right, and get the tap. Cool guys? Let's grab palms, 3, 2, 1.